He should swim straight away now.
You can actually grab him by the tail. Well, Dicko, we're on our favourite playground again on the waters offshore from Brisbane, out from Point Lookout.
Gonna see if we can catch some Spanish mackerel today.
Okay, today we're going to be using two distinctly different types of rods for the baits that we're going to have on the end of the line. When we're towing the actual rig dead baits, we're going to use a 10 to 20 kilo Texalium 8-foot overhead rod. We're using the longer rod because the fish tend to mouth the bait, they don't tend to slam it like they do a lure. So we need that length in the rod so we can get the slack out of the line and put the hooks into that fish. Also, Texalium's got a lovely soft tip and a strong butt, so we can watch the action in that bait as it's swimming and know that it's swimming when it's out behind the boat. And with the bib lures, because the fish tend to strike them harder and they smash them and they tend to hook up straight away, we're going to use a shorter rod. We're using the Live Fibre Sports Fishing Series Venom rod. It's a full carbon stick. It's actually a jigging rod, works very well but for towing bib lures. And both the reels today we're using are the Tiburon Overhead 2-speed automatic fishing reels. And these are an awesome bit of gear, especially for Spanish mackerel, because Spaniards, they're funny things. They'll hit a bait and swim straight at the boat, and that way you can use the high gear in the reel to catch up with them. As soon as you catch up with them and they run off, the reel goes into low gear and we pull the fish in easier. Wonderful reels for this type of fishing. We're going to try and catch them a couple of ways. One, we're going to rig some baits, such as this pike here. You can see it on the hooks, little squid on the top, and we'll show you about that later. And the second way,
this is with some bib lures. We troll these around, 6 or 8 knots. We're going to give both of them a go today, see which one works the best for us.
Sometimes the baits work very well, but sometimes they get a bit shy on the bait and they'll come up and mouth it. And if they're doing that and just touching it or nipping the tail off, we'll put the bib lures out. With the trebles on them, we're more likely to hook those fish on the short strikes. So what do you reckon, Dicko? We rig up some baits and get out there and have a go?
I reckon we should, mate.
All right. Go, go, go! He's on, he's on! You never heard the drag run. As soon as I saw that bite, I yelled, go, 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 and Troy actually used the boat to hook the fish. Because of the time it would have taken me to get to the bait, he actually probably would have eaten the bait and be gone. And it's a very effective method. And this fish is coming right towards the boat, and it's as much the angler's problem to get the fish in a good position for a gaff shot. They're quite a narrow fish, so you've got to get them in the right position. And we've got the boat just idling along here, and that often helps. This one came to the boat fairly green, so he's playing up a bit. It looks like he's hooked in the side there, so it's important that I don't go too hard on him.
I'll get a shot here.
I'll just take one step back. Excellent work, Troy.
Beautiful.
So we're going to keep this fish for the table. So what we've done is we've bled him, we've washed the blood off, we'll put him in the esky, and he's a good eating size. They're good eating at that size.
Righto, folks, I'm just going to show you how to rig up one of these Taylor or Bonito baits. You can use a few different types of baits with this particular rig. That's the rig we're using. It consists of 4 7/0 mustard hooks with a bit of lead placed in on the second hook. The idea of the lead, it actually keeps the fish nice and straight in the water. I'll go through a few processes of how to rig it up. The first step we're going to do with this Taylor is wire up his mouth. So what we do is we go through the bottom jaw with the bait needle, straight up through the top of the head, just like so. See it coming through there. You pull the wire out of the needle, and then it goes from the bottom jaw through to the top jaw. Then what you do is you just wire his mouth shut, just like so. I usually twist it right up so you've got nearly one piece of wire. You can trim it off later if you like, but just like so. Then the most important part with this rigging is getting your hooks in the right position. So what I do usually is just line up the hooks like that. So you can see this hook here is going to go just in front of the anal fin of the fish. So what we do is we place that hook straight in there like so. And you don't want these hooks to be tight, so you want them to be fairly loose. Next hook straight in there like so. Again, make sure that they're loose. And then the last hook, it actually goes straight up and down like that on the tailor. So we push that hook down into there. You don't want to go pushing it right through, but just so it's just sitting in that, there's like a tough bit of membrane in there. And then what you do is this bit of wire on the front there, you wrap it nice and tight around that shank of the hook, shaft of the hook, nice and tightly. You can actually trim that bit off with the pliers. Just like so. And that's the way it ends up. See how the lead's underneath his chin and that hook is sitting straight up like that. He should swim straight away now, get a nice tight action. And it's the same process with a bonito, a slimy mackerel, a pike, any of those larger fish that the Spaniards eat.
Oh, 2 on! Oh, the other one's off, Troy. The gear we're using here, we got the Live Fiber Sports Fishing Series Venom range in an overhead, and the Tiburon automatic 2-speed game fishing reel. And they really are perfect reels for this sort of light tackle fishing. These Spanish mackerel are unpredictable. 1 minute they'll be running away from you, and the next minute they'll come straight at you, and that's where that reel, when they come at you, flick straight into that 6-1 because it's automatic, and you can pick up that line and not let the hooks fall out. And if the fish goes deep or you need to put some power on, it automatically drops into that low gear, as it has now, and gives us that power to wind the fish to the boat. We've got him up near the boat. We'll back that drag off a touch because he's shaking his head violently. And he's got that lure well and truly in his mouth. Now I'm actually going to try and tail this one. So you don't have to use the gaff all the time. If you can get them worn out into the boat, you can actually grab them by the tail. But you shouldn't do this if you're inexperienced. You should use the gaff and the pacifier. They've got what I think one of the fiercest, most dangerous set of teeth in the ocean. If you have a look there, you wouldn't like that latching onto your hand or finger. So it's very important that we treat these fish with respect when we get them in the boat. Another point lookout Spanish mackerel, this time caught on a bib minnow. Now if you come up to Queensland or you live in Queensland, you catch these fish, you must cut the pectoral fin off. It's part of our regulations. We've got a 2 fish per person limit, and yeah, another nice eating size. He's bleeding a little bit, so we'll keep this one. All right, Dicko, well, I love it when a plan comes together.
Oh, that's right. We got two nice fish there today. One on a lure and one on a bait.
Yep. We missed about 9, but anyway, that happens when you're fishing for Spaniards.
That's right. When you're fishing with those baits, that happens quite a bit. They get the tail snipped off and whatnot. So,
well, I've had a ball, mate. Thanks again.
No worries.